Good evening, good afternoon, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene set in Chronicles of Darkness Vampire the Requiem, a Requiem for London. A lot of clubs in London have been closed recently and abruptly. Some due to the various panics that have swept over the city that have dissuaded many from heading out at night. An increased police presence and general concerns over the spiraling level of violence in the city. But one of them remains open. A club known as Red Ocean. Sits smack dab in the middle of Westminster. Very upper scale place. Where one can sample the finest drinks and the finest company. All to the finest music. Tonight, that is exactly what the Daeva gathered are going to do. Ran by one of the harpies of the domain. She is there to greet all as they enter, looking over the morass of bodies that dance to the beat of electronica and synthwave. Shall we start with Charlie? What's Charlie doing? She enters. How's she dressed? How's she prepared for this occasion?
Oh gosh. It's... What do we, like, as a character, what do we know about the club? Is it, like, high security? Like, what's the deal here?
It's generally, it is generally high security. Nothing that stands out overtly. No armed men, no private militia, no police, nothing that is no extreme. But a substantial amount of bouncers.
Okay.
We're currently on the ground floor where the main dance floor is, and there are several bars.
And where is this territory?
This territory is in Westminster.
I can't remember who controls Westminster right now.
The Invictus, but
okay.
Is that Arbra is making her control over the location known. Perhaps she had some arrangement with the Invictus prior, or perhaps she simply used the war as an opportunity to emphasize that she runs this place and nobody else. You can actually see Arbra in the crowd. She wears this delightful white top with and a long white skirt with white shoes. And not too much else.
Alright, so going into Invictus territory is still a bit of a scary thing, so Charlie will actually dress a little differently, like a little against type for her. She's taken out most of her piercings. She's kind of done her hair a little differently, basically parting it in a different way to kind of cover up the side shave, putting it like wearing it down to kind of cover her face a little, and clothing is going to be generic and loose fitting, but still kind of nice, like a nice loose top, and then maybe like, I don't know, a mid-length skirt and a pair of boots and leggings. And she's definitely on edge. Like, even as she gets there and like kind of does a little look at the security and kind of recognizes, okay, this is like probably safe. She's very much like on edge and not really able to enjoy herself as much as she normally would given the circumstances.
And what about Josephine? How is she dressed? How has she come prepared for this meeting of her class? Does she arrive early, late, or just on time?
So she would arrive on time. So is it like a goth club, kind of?
Not really. It's not going for a heavy gothy at all, actually. It's much more casual.
Okay. And right.
Very much just sort of raves you.
Cool. Sweet. So in that case, she's wearing, she would arrive, she is dressed in a, it's like a tank top, I guess, with over a pair of denim shorts. The denim shorts are over a pair of fishnet tights, or like, not fishnet. Oh my god.
So it's fine. Suffice to say, you're both well dressed, although both slightly differently. But you are very good-looking people. You gather the attention of many people when you enter the club.
So my internet fucked up.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Alright, so yeah. What were you saying?
I was just saying, needless to say, you're both very well dressed, and you gather the attention of many people when you enter the club. You both sense the predatory auras of kindred on the dance floor. One stands out as Amber.
So, do I see Charlie?
Is Charlie dancing? Is she sort of, or should she go off to the side? Is she trying to just shoot up to the VIP?
Yeah, basically, like, if there's an overlook or something from an upper floor, she'll kind of be, like, leaning against the railing of that and looking over, scanning the area, basically looking for familiar faces, looking for, checking out her exits, looking for, okay, if this goes down, how am I getting out of here?
You see a few familiar faces. First off, you see your friend Lucilla from a few months ago. also see Aston, the Carthians. Looks like he showed up. He was the one who told you this meeting was happening at all. You also, again, you see Amber, and she is, you can see that she's dancing with a mortal. You actually find it difficult to take your eyes off her for a brief moment. You think she is employing Daeva's art of majesty as you see her quite effortlessly take a bite out of this person as she dances with him in the crowd. Nobody seems to notice or care. She makes it seem very easy hunting in this space.
Interesting.
Lucilla is in her sort of Victorian golf attire. Aston hasn't really bothered to dress any differently than his anarchy-studded leather jacket, punk attire, scrappy torn shirt, leather jeans and chains. There's also somebody else, a more well-dressed man, who neither of you have seen before. Josephine, you know Lucilla because she's part of the Crone. She actually runs her own nightclub. It's a fetish club called the Devil's Corner. Looks like she's sampling somewhere else tonight. The punk, the guy with the studded leather jacket, the punk with the red hair and the ponytail you haven't seen before. But you sense his predatory aura, he's definitely a kindred. And then there's the well-dressed boy. There's a bit of a baby face going on, which I'm going to show you now. One of you might find this face kind of familiar. But he's more well-dressed. Those are the four figures you immediately see. After a few minutes, Josephine, you see all these people, but you also spot another predatory aura on the railing. It's Charlie.
So, dancing away on the floor, where is the blonde man?
Do you mean the young man? He doesn't actually have blonde hair. Amber has blonde hair.
I'm talking about the one that I know. Add a character.
Aha. He's actually just at the bar having a drink. His skin is quite lively. He is breathing and animate.
So he is a kindred?
You can sense a predatory aura on him, and you only sense predatory auras on kindred. It is a predatory aura is sort of the skin of a beast. It's all kindred have a predatory aura, and when you either see, smell, touch, or hear a kindred, you can sense a part of that beast, which is known as their predatory aura. It can also be weaponized and turned against people.
Okay.
So it's a sign
Good
that
to
they're
know.
not just a kindred, but also a threat.
Gotcha. So I will look up at the second story balcony towards my wayward sibling and smile at her. before heading over to the bar.
She just kind of like makes eye contact with you. Will give a bit of a half smile and like a lazy wave, and then just go back to essentially scanning the crowd.
Okay. You approach this gentleman, Josephine, and he notices you pretty quickly. Just as you can sense his aura, he can sense yours. You can see his eyes snap back to you when he looks at you, as if he perhaps wasn't expecting another kindred to approach him, or that he is perhaps on edge in some way. You see the smile very briefly fade from his lips, but then it is back to how it always was, very charming.
So I'd like to read his body language a bit more. Can I do that?
Okay, so that will be a wits empathy roll.
Let me pull up my sheet. Give me just a second.
He's attempting to hide how he feels, so if a check is resisted, it is not contested, but what happens is that because he's resisting, you will take a dice penalty equal to his manipulation score, which is 3. In this system, you do not. The number of successes on a roll doesn't really matter unless you get 5. So you'll get the same information regardless of whether you roll 1 success, 2, 3, or 4. Only if you get 5 successes does it then count as an exceptional success, and then you get additional information. So it's a wits, empathy, minus 3 dice.
Okay. So that's going to put me at 2 dice.
Okay, so flimsy odds, but still possible. Two successes, hold on. So as you saw there, you rolled a 10, which then rolled another dice for you. So 10s explode in this system. When a 10 gets rolled, it rolls another dice, and in theory it can go on infinitely if you just keep rolling 10s.
So roll another dice?
No, it does not. This dice roller, the reason I picked it is because, as you can see, like there's a little 9 in brackets. It automatically re-rolls 10s for you. Or rolls additional dice for you.
Sweet.
So, okay, you can tell that, yeah, he's definitely on edge. Something has him nervous. Not you, but something else. It's like something's on his mind. He appears weighed down by something. Something is clearly giving him anxiety, but it's not you. It doesn't appear to be this club either. He seems quite comfortable here.
So, I will, on my way over to the bar, I guess I'll saunter over to him. I sit next to him, pretty nonchalantly, and order a drink.
He turns his head to face you
and I will look at him and ask him if he's thirsty.
Yeah, I guess I could use a drink.
Alright, back.
Charlie's, sorry. He says, yeah, I could use a drink. Thanks.
I'll order him a drink, and then ask him if he'd like to dance.
Sure thing. He'll head out onto the dance floor with him. He'll down his drink. Charlie, of course, you see this, but you see a few other faces, which I'm just going to put onto the voice chat responses screen for you now. As Josephine goes off to dance, you sense a predatory aura that feels out of place. It feels a bit... It has energy to it, but it feels almost violent.
Okay.
This beast feels different than the others. It throws you off slightly.
Okay.
It's particularly noticeable to you.
Oh my god. Upon feeling the aura, she like immediately is like, okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here, and then she sees it's Verve, and it's like this like, it's just Verve, and then like, oh wait, it's Verve.
No. That beast is identifiable. It's strong. And as I said before, very violent. It does not elicit the same response as other predatory auras do. You also see, and you're surprised you didn't notice him before, this individual, this predatory aura, sort of just hanging around off to the side. He appears poorly dressed for the club and doesn't appear to be really engaging in any social activity.
Charlie will, for a brief moment, just keep her eyes locked on Verve and then notice this other individual who is doing pretty much the same thing she's doing and kind of make her way down and just stand beside him and basically kind of, she's not gonna say anything, she'll like, acknowledge him, give a polite smile, but just like prop a foot up against the wall and keep watching from this new vantage point and try to subtly get a beat on what he's doing.
Not much. He appears to be doing much as you are, scanning the crowd. He is actually paying attention. He notices you and nods to you. He'll actually begin heading in your direction. But Josephine, what do you do as you dance the night away with this gentleman? You can see several other figures in the crowd. You can see Amber again. This punk guy just raving off by himself.
Is there anybody that's paying particularly close attention to us? Or rather, him?
Not that you can see. Roll me wits plus composure.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, Josephine, wits plus composure is effectively the perception plus alertness roll in this game. So expect to be rolling those dice a lot. Three successes. Okay, you see someone that is just sort of keep an eye on him in the crowd. Dancing rather lackadaisically, appears to be putting more thought into observing him than he is into the event. Despite being rather attractive himself and having plenty of partners as this man, you recognize this man. His name is Dennis Falst. He's a primogen of your clan, and he's of the Invictus.
Interesting. So he's paying particularly close attention to the man that I'm dancing with.
Yes. And,
Interesting. Okay.
no, I'll just say I didn't catch your name.
It's Josephine. What's yours?
I'm Ash. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh. Pleasure's all mine. What kind of accent does he have?
English. Not a particularly strong accent. You wouldn't really be able to define a region of a country.
Alright, well, she's not English, she's American, so.
You're new here?
I've been around here for a little while.
That's a shame. I was going to ask to show you around.
I mean, I would love that. Work in the circus, by the way.
The one that burned down?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, that's tragic.
But it's what it is.
Yeah.
But see, like, there's new opportunities in front of me right now. And she smiles at him.
I'm happy to help you look.
Sorry, what did he say?
I just said, well, I'm happy to help you look.
Oh, yes, please.
But, as scene goes on, you're approached by the gentleman from before, Charlie. You also see Amber now heading up from the crowd of a small gargle of followers.
Towards me? Or towards us, I guess?
Heading up to the VIP lounge. She notices you and beckons you to head into the VIP lounge with her.
She'll nod and start making her way there.
Josephine, you notice the primogen breaks contact with Ash and begins to help as well, seeing Amber. There's also another woman who shows up rather late in a silver dress. Very fashionable. Long black hair, pale skin. You both recognize her as well. She is another primogen of your clan, of the Invictus. Her name is Melandra Silverstone. But she just heads up the stairs. She doesn't really bother with what's going on lower down. But Ash also notices this. He notices it as he sort of looks over your shoulder and say, business.
There's always time for pleasure later, darling.
That's what they tell me. Want to head in together?
It would be my pleasure.
wrap an arm around your waist and head on up with you. The VIP lounge is a very elegant place with strong glowing purple mood lighting, little minibar, music playing softly in the background. There's a surprising amount of people in here though. There is a golden-haired woman, a bit taller and more muscular than Amber, and not quite as well dressed. Her dress sense doesn't seem as on point as Amber's. Much more casual, very, very urbane. She's feeding on one of the many mortals that are in this room. They all appear to be completely enraptured with amber or the room or something here. They don't appear entirely in the zone, at the very least. But, sit down and simply say friends, cousins. Charlie. She'll head over to you and hug you and give you a soft kiss on the cheek.
She won't reciprocate though. It's been so long.
It has been so long. It's amazing to me that Joshua never properly introduced me to you.
He's been so busy with this, that, and the other thing.
I like how you're dressed.
Thanks, trying out something a little different tonight. Does it work?
Yeah.
Until like do a little flow.
Yeah, not your usual style.
Well, a friend was wearing my favorite jacket and haven't been able to get it back yet.
Almost as if you almost as if you were trying not to be noticed. It doesn't really suit you.
I'm not being noticed or a particular style.
Yes, you definitely have a particular crowd.
Well, maybe I'm looking to expand my crowd.
Oh, well, you have to tell me more about that later. I
I
like how you look. Hopefully, hopefully you'll fit into it in time. I'm a bit nervous.
She kind of sighs and will shrug and say, "These are interesting nuts," and she's essentially intentionally being a little dismissive about it.
Well, it's okay. I won't let anything bad happen to you.
I have full confidence in your ability to keep all of us safe here.
So formal. Relax a little. That's
What can I say? Well, if you say so.
Oh, I do.
She will. Okay, she'll follow. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's more like she's gonna wrap her arm around you and guide you on over to a vessel of your particular liking.
Alright. Are these people willing enough for my bane?
They're willing.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just feed a little bit, like a little to be like, oh yeah, thanks, but like not a lot, probably like a blood point or so.
Well, the model certainly enjoys it. What is Charlie's preference?
I haven't thought about it. Ginger, not really so much. She likes shy people, and she likes very introverted people, like people that aren't necessarily that engaged in something. She likes kind of taking them and engaging them in things and like making sure they're having a good time too.
Well, everybody here is certainly having a good time. There's a surprising number of people who fit your preference. Some of the models here are overjoyed yet very anxious at being invited up. They don't really know how to react. There's so many beautiful people here, so many people like you, and they just don't know how to approach you.
Yeah, she'll just walk up to one of them and basically like take them by the waist and pull them in and kind of like stroke their cheek and say, "Well, hi there, Harlan," and go through all of that other stuff to feed.
You can taste the anxiety in their blood and feel it washed away with your reassurances. It is exciting yet also relaxing. It is you can literally taste their blood as if you're entering some sort of high and then slowly trickling back down into very soft, relaxing afterglow. It tastes very good. Getting blood clot.
Yay!
Amber will beckon you and we'll beckon Josephine and Ash over as well. Josie! I'm glad you could make it. Making a new friend.
Oh yes, isn't he divine?
He is. I haven't met him before though. Ash. Ashley Horton. Nice to meet you, Ash. Hopefully you'll think you'll fit in just fine here. Would either of you like something to drink?
Oh yes, please. I'm famished.
Well, don't get too carried away. I have a very strict policy regarding that sort of thing.
Of course. Ash, would you care to join me for a drink? She'll wink at him.
Anytime.
Okay. Do I see any members of my covenant here?
Yes, Lucilla is here. Speaking of Lucilla, she sits down right next to Charlie.
I have a shit-eating grin on my face.
Oh no, Charlie doesn't seem bothered by it. She just kind of like adjusts her. How do I phrase this? Adjust like the angle of her legs to be facing Lucille to like kind of give her more attention. And it's just like, oh, it has been so long since we last saw each other.
It has been. You never visited.
I'm so sorry for that. You know, you get people try to kill you 3 nights in a row and you kind of forget about a couple of social engagements. I do truly hope you can forgive me.
Someone tried to kill you?
We're in interesting times. Water under the bridge.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help you, I wouldn't like to see you get hurt.
I can assure you, am perfectly capable of taking care of myself, but I do. And she'll kind of like Oh, no. I don't know if this person is hair ruffle person.
Pardon?
So just kind of like, sort of smile and go, and I deeply appreciate your offer.
Well, no hurts to have a helping hand. One should never do anything alone.
So before I go get a drink, I will approach the two of them.
Yeah,
Oh, no, you go.
Lucia unceremoniously snags Charlie, wrapping an arm around her waist and pulling her in ever so slightly onto her shoulder. She'll say, Josie, it was good to see you again. I haven't seen much of you. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh, we do. If you need help with my baby sister, please don't hesitate to ask. Charlie, don't be rude.
Well, I have to say I've been rude here. And she'll turn to Lucille and, like, kind of batterize him a little and go, I do hope I haven't offended you in any way.
Oh, pardon, who did she batterize that and say that to?
Lucille. Basically the one, like, pulling her in.
Oh, not at all.
If you don't trust me, we have not seen each other enough. I haven't seen you since I left the circus.
Just because you haven't seen me doesn't mean I haven't seen you, darling.
I am a fairly visible person.
Amber just goes, ladies, you're both beautiful. Personally, I think Ash outshines you both, but that's just me.
Oh, without doubt. Absolutely. And she will actually walk over and slide her arm through Ash's and go get that drink they were discussing a moment ago.
Yeah. What is Josephine's preference?
Adrenaline. She likes the feeling. Whether it's fear or lust or just, just emotion, really. She doesn't really go in for things like anxiety or anger, but more probably. Let me look at my sheet. Hold on. So definitely something with feeling, but something with a really intense feeling. So she likes, feel the blood really rushing.
There's no shortage of that in the room. You more or less have a whole table to choose from. But Ash picks somebody up and you can drink from them. You can taste the overwhelming want they have for just everyone and everything in the room. You can taste in their blood that they're a little bit high on something as well.
That is all part of the experience. So, in doing so, so she'll basically, like, straddle their lap, I guess, a bit, before she sinks her fangs into their neck. And in doing so, she will whisper in their ear, "Doesn't this feel perfect?"
I definitely agree with your sense of it.
Good. And then she will take a point of blood.
Once you do that and you're back, a few other kindred come in, but the last and the most blatant is Verve. Whereas everybody sort of opens and closes the doors, she just swings it right open. Slams into the wall. The floor is then slammed shut. And she just smiles at all of you with a big toothy grin. Well, if it ain't the extended family. Really, you don't do this often enough. The two Primogen. Faust responds with a degree of disdain. Silverstone in amusement. And we'll just go. Love! I really am hauling in the cream of the crop tonight, aren't I? Take a seat, Verve, if you're here. I think we can get down to the thick of things. Over a drink. Verve takes a seat. She is loud in every possible way. Her footsteps are loud. Her movements, you can almost feel them just... When she sways, it is like there is a breeze or a draft that just drifts in that direction. But she also moves with remarkable purpose and an amount of poise. Not graceful by any stretch of the imagination, it's more of a statement of... She walks in a very defiant way, it's strange. Particularly when... Well, maybe it's a statement to the notice. But, as everybody is gathered in the VIP lounge now. So... As Amber just wraps another arm around... wraps her arm around Charlie's waist as well. Our clan. Got people from just about every sector. Where are we going? Because from the perspective of one of the most informed kindred in town, I see a Ventrue and a Maquette fighting over a throne. And no Daeva. Verve perks up. I think you're forgetting about somebody. Yes, dear, let's be honest. You don't want to rule London. Be leading the Carthians, but you're not leading London. You and I both know that.
Charlie will kind of pipe up and go, there's more than one ways to leave the city than of being the one at the top. I think we can all agree on that.
Speaking of the maquette, they've made very much an art of it.
So, out of character, who is fighting for the princedom right now?
Oh boy.
There is Prince Cedric Graves, who has ruled the domain for the past 20 years. He is, oddly enough, a neonate.
Okay.
He is a member of the Invictus, and is backed
Like you do.
Is rumored to be backed by a powerful elder who serves as his sheriff. But very few people have ever even seen the sheriff. They're like a ghost. Sort of an urban myth. When people talk about the sheriff, they talk about them more like a vengeful spirit or some sort of boogeyman than a member of law enforcement.
Interesting. Okay.
Then there is the Carthians. The Carthians, they're vying for power over the city. They don't want to be princes. The Carthian movement is... well, they wish to insert modern politics into the city, into the kindred establishment. They want mayorships, presidencies, government, senates, a House of Commons. They don't want a princedom, they want elected leadership. They want a new form of leadership for the city. The war leader, well, she's in this room with you. Her name is Verve. And she currently has the most control over the Carthians in the city. But prior to that, their leader was a Ventru elder named Dracian Stanford, who served as their speaker for the past 20 years. Still does, but he holds less power in wartime.
Interesting, I see.
And many would consider him to be the next viable leader of the domain, particularly if the Carthians come out on top. Although it seems Verve has other ideas, judging from her response to Nahapi, that she actually just does continue. As far as I'm concerned, I've got the winning team backing me.
And this is the Carthian saying that?
Mm-hmm. Verve is a diehard Carthian. She is not an elder, but she is powerful. She is rumored to have defeated and even destroyed elders by herself.
Interesting.
She served in the war 20 years ago. Was a prominent figure then and is to this night.
Not saying you don't have the winning team, Verve. I'm inclined to agree with you there. I'm just saying there's more to this whole dang than squabbling over who's at the very top.
Yeah, well... I would be inclined to agree. I don't like there being a top. At least in the way that we understand it.
I myself am inclined to agree with you. But there will always be, there always has been and there always will be a hierarchy established within our society. It is merely a question of what we wish to achieve in the long run and how much we're willing to sacrifice to achieve our goals.
Well, currently I think things are coming along quite swimmingly. I know those two would disagree, but I mean, am I supposed to care, really?
Who was saying this?
She points to the two Primogen. Faust actually steps forward and says, "Yeah, I think you should. You're not as far ahead as you think you are." Or do I need to remind you
Excuse
what
me.
happened 20 years ago?
So, Josephine will look to the Primogen. Is this the guy?
Mm-hmm. He's Daeva Rancilla.
Okay.
Yes, Faust.
So she will look. She will look at him and she will say, "Excuse me, Primogen, if I may."
Oh damn, Manners. Vav looks at you with a look with varying degrees of disdain for even addressing him in such a manner. Dennis, or Faust rather, gives you a rather approving, ever so slightly self-indulgent smile. Say, by all means, dear.
Well, thank you. So Josephine will kind of address, like, how are we situated? Are we sitting around a table? Are we just kind of lounging about? How are we sat
Lounging about.
together?
You're
Okay.
lounging about. You and Josephine. You and Ash are off in your own part of the lounge. Charlie's with Amber and Lucilla. Two Primogen are together.
Okay, cool. So, sorry, this is like faces, names. It's all a little confusing, but that's fine. So she'll kind of like cross one leg over the top of another one of her other, and she's like leans forward and smiles, like resting her elbows on her knees. And she like steeples her fingers in front of her lips before she like puts them down. We have two Primogen of our clan here present. No doubt, both of them have achieved greatness through their own merit, of course.
One of us has, Celestin just says.
Therefore, with their position and their responsibility as Primogen of our clan, they know potentially more of how the system works, and they have achieved that position through dedication, time, and practice. I am of the opinion that they know what they're doing when it comes to the politics of the city.
Charlie actually rolls her eyes at that.
Oh yeah, actually, just a quick notification, just in case there is any confusion, due to the way that the city works. Primogen, just so you're aware, Josephine, the Primogen aren't appointed via clan, so it's not like there's a Daeva Primogen, a Ventru Primogen, and a Garangor Primogen. They're effectively a group of advisors and authority figures selected by the prince to serve as such. To serve as a privy council of sorts. So they serve much the same role as we understand in Masquerade, but they are not appointed via their clan, and they do not represent their clan. Sometimes they can, it depends on how the prince wishes to structure his city.
In this particular case, how is it structured?
They are effectively a group of advisors for the prince, selected by the prince, to counsel him on matters of importance. They are not required to represent their clans or their covenants on these matters. Though it is their understanding, it is their understanding that is brought on by them being outside of the prince's own particular circles that they are valued. So he might approach a Primogen that is a gangrel to see how the gangrel would react to a given policy change. But that is merely one of many reasons he may approach them.
Right, gotcha. Okay. I want to play this appropriately. Okay. So, with that being said, she will smile at both of them rather pleasantly, as though she does intentionally mean well with what she's saying. So,
Alright.
who ideally would we like to see sitting in a position of power, more so than we already have as a clan?
Charlie kind of like actually looks a little surprised and says, well, from where I'm sitting, to be completely honest, we don't have that much power as a clan. We're sitting here, yeah, we're all being polite, we're all being civil, but at the end of the day, we're tearing each other apart in the streets.
Yes, darling, I understand that.
Don't call me darling.
The man who looks rather plain, probably the plainest looking man in the room, despite him presumably being a Daeva, simply approaches you, Charlie, and Lucilla, and says, would you like to change that?
Depends on what you have in mind.
I sit in a unique position among my particular sect.
Which would be, I'm afraid I don't recognize you.
I'm Dr. Van der Molen. I'm of the Order Jakul. And I know you are Joshua's child. I keep track of these things.
She's not the only one.
Charged. Now, here's my question. What does an order want with the sanctified, regardless of our shared clan?
Given that we are having a meeting because we're on a shared plan, I'm interested in your perspective on how the conflict between our two covenants has progressed. I am personally fairly uninclined either way on the matter. The declaration by certain members of your sect came as a surprise to me. Very bold.
It is. She thinks about how she's going to phrase this for a second, and then eventually decides on. It came as a surprise to me as well, and I would hope that the conflict will resolve itself shortly. Regardless of who and what we stand for, I don't see any reason why we need to be unnecessarily slaughtering each other like this. Not at the level we are, at least.
I'm inclined to agree.
Then I would be absolutely delighted to hear about your offer.
There's a degree of silence. The first time there's really been silence within this room filled with Daeva and gossip mongers and the like. I'm willing to make you a series of offers of varying importance depending on what you would exchange in return. But given that this is not a clan matter, perhaps we should discuss this slightly later.
Of course.
Does everybody want to roll me wits plus socialize real quick? Because we'll gossip amongst each other for a few extra minutes.
Count as horrible of it.
Wits plus socialize or presence plus socialize. I will allow your striking looks to apply as bonus dice.
Okay. 2 successes.
I got 3.
So you both succeed. Okay, well, there are a few things that you know from this meeting is that, yeah, the clan is very much divided here. Verve's presence is not helpful or conducive to any sort of discussion. She's a diehard Carfield and her position will never change. But she has a reason to side with them. She's of a position of power among them, and she clearly believes that the Carfields are winning the war. From what you've heard, she isn't necessarily all that wrong. The two Invictus seem surprisingly hostile to each other, but appear to be putting on at least a pretense of unity before the clan. But they seem more involved in their own agendas. Curiously, when it comes to matters of who we wish to lead the city, Silverstone makes the unorthodox suggestion of Stanford. A diehard Carfield, who is their speaker, as a prince.
What do I know about this guy?
Stanford?
Yeah.
Old kindred. Only rose to prominence within the Carfields recently over the past couple of decades as their speaker, and before that he wasn't really much of a known figure. Despite his age, he always kept out of the limelight. Not much is known about him at all, really. His lineage, his accomplishments outside of the past 20 years, none of the power of his blood, only that he is an elder of several centuries. And he is of the
Interesting.
veteran.
Would I have heard maybe any rumors about this guy, or...
Do you have cacophony, Sammy?
I don't, but I have a rumors streetwise specialty.
Okay. We've heard a lot of rumors surrounding his lineage, but no one really seems to know what it is. But there are a lot of questions. At the end of the last war, the Carfields were losing badly. It was Stanford who swept in as a diplomat for the sect and managed to negotiate a truce which netted them 5 boroughs, which is quite a lot of London, particularly for a party that was effectively surrendering. There are some serious questions as to how he managed to do that. How did he manage to leverage the Invictus so that they would allow the Carfields to exist at all within London, let alone provide them with 5 boroughs as their own domain? That seems like a very out of place fact.
Interesting.
But who knows? people seem to have formed their own mini cliques where they're sort of discussing their own private agendas with each other. So it appears there's some progress being made on a smaller scale, just not necessarily unified as a clan. But the clan does agree on though. In fact, should a Daeva ever be on the wrong side of a battlefield, Amber suggested they don't destroy them. And they take every opportunity to keep them safe. She makes the point that while they may be divided, they're still family.
How do you, like, Aspen and Verb react to that?
Interesting.
So pretty much everybody agrees with it apart from Verve. Verve is very much you're either on my side or you're not.
Gotcha. So, what is Ash's attitude towards all of this?
Ash is taking a very unorthodox method for being a Daeva. He's trying to remain out of the spotlight.
Okay.
The presence of Faust clearly makes him anxious.
Interesting. So I'd like to maybe pull him to the side for a moment. And to like off into a corner or whatever, just add a bit out of earshot if I could. Doubtful, but hey. I'd like to ask him what covenant he belongs to.
Invictus.
That is good to know. Why are you so nervous?
He's not sure of this. He's caught off guard, and that sort of offsets the fact that he's somewhat slighted by the question. He simply says, just because we're on the same side doesn't mean we're on the same side.
That is true. I'd like to be on your side.
We'll talk about it later.
So she will smile and walk back over. And on that happy note, I gotta go. Because I gotta go get ready.
Yep. There is one last thing that Josephine and Ash will take away from this as they leave. Someone approaching the VIP lounge. Let me just bring up that quick picture for you. This is who you will see.
Pretty.
An incredibly, blindingly beautiful woman. Dressed very archaically. As she is in her picture, with those long silken robes and the flower crown in her hair. She's almost like the archetype of sort of Western European beauty. She completely outshines anybody in the entire club to the point where she's like a beacon. You cannot take your eyes off her. She briefly brushes by you, giving you the warmest and somewhat knowing smile, but you're not sure why she does that. As she approaches you, she briefly leans in to kiss you on sort of to kiss you on the cheek. Lowers her lips slightly and bites you.
Okay, so I have honey trap as a merit.
She takes a blood point from you.
Okay. Interesting. So, I don't exactly remember what Honey Trap does.
Honey trap. 1 second. It's actually a benefit to people who drink from you.
I know.
It's 1 second. Let me just look it up for you. Yeah, whoever drinks from you needs a point of willpower. I'm just going to make a quick roll for you because you might actually gain a beat from this interaction.
Alright.
But I don't think. Depends on what she rolls. No. You don't gain a beat from this.
Damn.
But she seems invigorated by the taste of your vitae. And you gain a swooning condition for this person. So I'll mark that down on the sheet.
I will do so. Well,
But, that is the last thing you encounter. Zara encounters. Ash just looks on very sort of a mixture of he would be mad but he can't be for whatever reason. He just doesn't seem to care about this. Seems like he's happy that you got bitten. But you'll part ways with this person as they'll enter the VIP lounge and you'll leave with Ash.
alrighty then. I will see you guys later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Charlie.
Yes.
That woman enters the lounge and she's impossible to look away from. She everything about her screams beautiful. It's the way she moves, the way she looks, the way she acts. It's you've never met someone quite this gorgeous in your life. You're briefly awestruck by them. Everybody is, in fact. As she'll take a seat.
Does she sit by anybody in particular?
She sits fairly close to your little clique.
Charlie will kind of lean over and just still a little awestruck. I don't believe we had the pleasure of meeting.
No, we have not. My name is Juno.
What was that?
She says her name is Juno. It is a pleasure, Miss
You can call me Charlie.
Charlie. You're quite beautiful, Charlie.
And you are absolutely stunning yourself, if I say.
I'm sorry that I am late. The other Daeva looked to her as if she's some sort of alien. Do you want to make a quick wits plus socialize or wits plus empathy roll, whichever is your highest pool?
Okay. Can I add an etiquette or anything to this? So, per the thing, people trying to convince me are 2 doors higher. So it's harder to convince me of things. The second dot means I'm real good at insulting people. And then the first dot basically allows you to swap out your etiquette score for your socialize, but they're the same on my sheet right now.
Okay, so if you want to use your socialize score instead of the low of your resolve or composure to determine your doors of this person, you can. So that will be bless his heart, which so your doors of this person are a bit higher than they'd normally be. I think.
Sorry, you cut out. If I want to use my socialize for what?
So bless his heart allows you to use your socialize instead of the low of your resolve or your composure to determine your starting doors. This person is engaging you in a social interaction, so you can have your socialize the higher of your resolve or your composure, the higher of your resolve and your composure, plus your socialize be your starting doors, as opposed to resolve and composure. So you can, in theory, get more doors.
Okay.
Less easy, mundanely.
Yeah, I'll use my composure, which is 3 then. So, composure plus socialize, or plus etiquette.
Yep.
Which would be 5.
It should be fine. Okay. I'm just gonna be a beer real quick, so.
Okay.
Back.
Okay. So you said wits plus socialize as well. Cool. Let me roll that. 3 successes.
The only person who seems to have any real recognition of her is Silverstone. And it is total and complete uncertainty. It's very much the look of what the fuck is she doing here?
Okay.
It's Silverstone seems very unsure how to react around this person. Everybody else is unsure to react, but also kind of because they kind of look at her as if she's an alien. Like, who is this?
So you know how Verg's predatory aura is very aggressive in its nature? Is June's anything like that as well?
It's much more powerful. It's sort of where it goes. It sort of floods across the room. It's unlike any other predatory aura you've seen before. It doesn't just. Her beast doesn't just cling to her. The aura, it is like. It is like a breeze that circulates throughout the entire room. It is enticing.
Charlie will kind of like, she will just go, you know, I think I can speak for everyone here when, well, mostly everyone, sorry. When I say we haven't really seen you around that much, which is very surprising. Where have you been hiding?
I loathe to hide, but you are right. It has taken me much time to adjust to this new world. I was asleep for a very long time. She looks around the club. This place is quite beautiful. Amber,
Yes.
you should be very proud of yourself.
Charlie will just nod in agreement.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt your words. Please return to your discussions. We're here to discuss the future of our clan, right? Yes? I also came here to do that. There is a new order that is going to rise within London.
What exactly do you mean by that?
The Crown, before their offshoot took control, we practiced a faith known as, that you have most likely heard it as, the Order of the Eagle. We follow the spirits of Jupiter and Juno as they pass from kindred to kindred. The Serpent as I always have. You might know them by another name. How's Charlie reacting right now?
She... At this stage, with all that she knows, she wouldn't be surprised if some ancient Roman god was fucking with everything behind the scenes. So she's just kind of taking it at face value. It's, if anything, she has an expression of, oh god, another thing to worry about. So it's more exasperation and tiredness than anything else.
You look so disappointed.
I mean, no offense, I'm terribly sorry. As ironic as this might sound coming from me, higher powers influencing our daily lives have grown a little exhausted.
You are
Sanctified.
weary. Yes, you have suffered much trauma in your short time here, haven't you?
I'm not going to pretend to have it. I'm also not going to pretend there's not going to be more than what I felt tenfold before this is all over.
Sorry, your mic is very,
Sorry, okay, better?
a little bit better, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will just say, I have, and I am weary, and I'm not going to pretend that's not the case, but I'm not going to pretend that there's not going to be more before this is all over.
You are perceptive. Things will no doubt get worse before they get better. But the transformation will be swift. You will not have to wait much longer. May I help you in restoring some semblance of order and peace in your...
If the change is coming, it just means I'm running out of time. It means we're all running out of time. To be completely honest. Not in the we're all gonna die soon, but in the things are coming, big changes are happening, and we either have the option to go with it and make some of it, or let ourselves get swept away.
She does not comment on that, though she does consider it. Sometimes one must be the pebble that flows along the river, sometimes we must be a stubborn rock. It is rarely so cut and dry. I hear that is a popular phrase nowadays.
It's accurate.
You are of the sanctified, yes. You do not worship my god.
I don't.
That is okay. But you are at war with us.
I am at war with over half the people in this room.
But there are those here who would prefer you not be.
And what we want and what we get and what actually happens are three different ways.
What do you want? And I will give it to you.
Why? But we're not the same clan, or I can assume as much on the fact that you're here. But I don't know you at all. One person in this room knows you. What are you trying to accomplish here?
The restoration of what London should have been.
Should happen, or what it was?
It never was, sad as it is to say.
She'll kind of cock her head to the side of that. And just look a little confused. Well, I'm not sure entirely what you mean.
That is fine. But you still have not answered my question.
I think I want what I would hope everybody here wants at the end of the night. I don't want things to go back to the way they were. I'm not looking forever to pretend that none of this ever happened. That's frankly stupid. I want to live in a city where we can coexist without having to worry about if it's going to exist the next night or not.
What would you give in return for that piece?
I don't trust this person. Oh god. Can I do I guess it'd be a withful sympathy or something?
Yeah. It's a resistant check, minus 6 dice.
Okay. No.
It's difficult to think about anything other than just how striking she is.
Oh. Okay, I've made my choices, and I've decided what I'm willing to do and what I'm willing to give up. I am with all due respect, ma'am.
They're
I,
wise choices.
then you already know what I'm willing to pay and what I'm going to pay to change the way things are here.
Yes, but it will not protect you from the circle.
How's this?
Let me speak with the circle on your behalf, on the Sanctified's behalf.
And you're going to be speaking on behalf of the state. If you're going to want to speak on behalf of me, that's one thing. If you're trying to speak on behalf of the sanctified, I'm not the one you need to talk to. Or I would need to talk to the sanctified first, so that we're all on the same page. I'm not trying to have my voice be their voice.
The golden haired one, which Charlie actually recognizes Arturia and Amber, who are both of the Sanctified. They would go to say something, but they just can't seem to find the words when looking at this person.
I hate that so much.
You are the only one seeking anything, so you will do quite nicely. But afterwards, let us meet again and we can discuss further in the future, perhaps. She's got a wall to open that fucking door.
Oh god!
I actually need to check what she has here. She has a lot of stuff.
You should be happy at a kid's helping!
Here we go. Sorry, just checking for the last of this. Okay. So she's Okay, do you want to know how many successes she got?
Yes.
9.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that door real open.
Yeah, I mean, with an exceptional success. I just need to double check what that does actually. What else she gets for doing that?
I'm about to do something real stupid because of the hot lady, aren't I?
Well, she still has to open the rest of your doors. She's acting. Do your aspirations involve bringing peace to the city or to the sanctified?
Sorry, what was that?
Protect my family, prevent needless death, gain control over my beast.
Yeah.
I would say she is working towards your second aspiration.
Yeah.
So you lose a door automatically. Because she is effectively helping you work towards your goals, as opposed to opposing them.
Okay.
And that is part of the door system. If you know what someone's aspiration is and you help them work towards it, they're treated as having one less door.
Oh wow, good for her.
Yeah. If she got an exceptional success, I'll say she moves up a step on the impressions chart with you. Now, we'll say you started out as average. So she's moved up to good. Which means she can roll again tomorrow. Or the next time she sees you.
Okay.
Now, it's not immediately clear what she's opening your doors for. She's trying to get your cooperation with something. Trying to get you to join something. Yes. You at least felt compelled to agree with her on this occasion. There is an alternative you can take. So, when I open your doors or compel your character to do something mundanely, you can instead opt to take an alternative. And if I agree with it, we instead go with the alternative. But this character gets to leverage a condition on you in exchange.
Okay, and just to clarify, right now it just feels like I feel like somebody's trying to sell me something.
Yeah, she wants you to meet with her to discuss your future. In exchange for simply meeting with her again to discuss whatever future you would have with this person. She's willing to solve a very big problem for not just you, but your entire sect. Or at least work very heavily towards it. So you can opt to take an alternative if you like. You don't have to, though.
I will accept what is happening as is.
Okay. Yeah, not all your doors are open yet, but your character's still being convinced to at least talk with her later. So.
Fucking vultures. But yeah, no, she will agree to meet with her at a later time.
seem like a very interesting person, Charlie.
I can say the same about
Good. Well, I have simply come to express that the order has been revived, and that all among my clan, of course, as they once were welcome to join us under our Lord's banner, they're welcome to do so again. We have we discussed who we wish to support as prince?
it seems that Sample's name has been thrown around.
Verve actually stands up at this point and says, "Oh, enough of this witchcraft, fuck this."
If you would have given me a moment, I was just about to say that you would have preferred seeing yourself in a position of power.
I'm not saying I need to lead, but it's preferable to anything else already said here. And he points to Juno, should either speak plainly or not at all. None of us are as stupid, we'll know you're old. We're not here to play your fucking games. Juno simply bows to Verve and simply says, "My apologies. I never meant to slight you. I shall leave now." She will give you, Charlie, and Silverstone a look before she leaves. Amber will walk up to her and offer if she would like anything to drink. She does very politely reprimand her for not announcing her arrival. Doesn't press her too hard. But Gina declines and we'll leave. It is difficult to see her go. Part of you feels empty without her being there. Amber turns back, she rubs her fingers against her nose. Every night's a surprise. I suppose I'm going to have to do some digging to find out who our new friend is. Seem to take a liking to you, Charlie.
Quite a few people seem to show that sentiment.
Well, that is very true. To which she'll just sidle on up next to you again.
It's about to say, like, I'm practically sitting in two people's laps through no action of my own.
Yep. Silverstone will just say, I'd be careful with that one. The power of the elders is not as all-encompassing as they'd like you to believe, but it is. Still dangerous.
If anybody else had come in and asked to just have a conversation at a later date, I would have given them the same courtesy. But I do appreciate your warning.
I certainly hope so. So, outside of one of us being stubborn, we're all agreed that we're at least not going to kill each other while this war continues. If we let the other clans cull each other, well, I suppose that is one way for us to get ahead. Much like Amber here, I'm willing to host and grant members of our clan succor should they need it. So if any of you find yourselves in an extreme situation, you may approach me. Make sure to spread the word to the other clanmates. I don't want my kin dying just because we decided not to communicate it to them. Amber claps her hands again. Well, I think that's all. Productive. Anybody like a drink for the road? Charlie, you look thirsty.
I would hate to impose any more than I already have.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. I love it when you impose. You really need to be more self-assertive. Your sister was very rude to you.
She shrugs and says, well, if you could pick family, then it wouldn't be family.
Very true. Oh. She'll guide you on to another vessel. I think that will be a good place for us to end our scene, unless Charlie has anything more she wishes to add.
No, I can't think of anything else. I need to remember to actually go visit the people I said I would go visit like months ago. But that's a personal thing. That could be a blue book action.
Alright, then I think this is where we can end the scene. Thank you for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Because my god, there are a lot of you here. And we'll see you all next time.